is November 1st, 2025. And right now, what is happening is the government has been shut down for over a month now. Because the government is shut down, the EBT or SNAP benefits is not being put out. So people that are requiring to be able to buy basic food for their families for the month and some food subsidies, and a lot of times it's not a huge amount. And decide it's there. You got your stuff all in there, and this is what you call it's a political strategic activity that's using to turn people against each other. And we can see it on social media everywhere you go. That left versus right, right versus left, Democratic versus Republican. Decide, go play in your room. Decide, just go play in your room. And they turn against each other. The rich against the poor against the but Jesus talks about that in the end of days. It's about wars and rumors of wars. It be nation against nation, basically ethnicity against ethnicity. It's divisions of people of position and power, and people of different ethnicities, black versus white, uh, uh, Indian, Chinese, people of different levels of in social status, turning each other, whether Democratic or Republican, or everyone's turning against each other. And the Bible talks about the love of many would wax cold. So, you see so much hatred is growing in their heart. There's no essence of love and compassion and reaching out to those who need. There is no hope that is being shared out. Now, I did have decide go play in your room, okay. I did have a dream this morning. It was kind of crazy dream, and when I was looking up, and this is just probably some of the things that I have seen, everything that's going on and what I envisioned. But in this dream, I looked in the sky. There was the sun and a moon and stars in the sky, and in the moon there was a bright circle, a bright blue like light right next to the moon, and was a halo around the moon, like a huge bright light in the sky. And then I saw in a corner of the sky there was a red sky, like it was right at sunset, red sky. And there was interstellar object coming from the sky, coming down to Earth. And there was one of the things that came down. It was kind of weird. It was a little mechanical ant. It was like an ant, or like it was like say, alien invasion is coming. And then this ant came into attack me, as like, or attack the people down. So I grabbed this little bug, the mechanical bug that's coming after me, and I grabbed it and I ripped it apart with my super strength that I have. Like, I'm watching Superman a lot and stuff like that. So I got this ant that was about ready to attack and hurt people. I broke it apart. It was completely made of metal. It was a metal object, like a robot that was coming to attack. And the people were cheering and shouting because I saved them from this object. And a lot of times in your dreams, there is a spiritual meaning behind it, and it's awful jumbled up, and the true meaning what is happening is not really, but the message behind it, And one of the things that's happening with this deception that is coming is believe that there is terrestrial beings coming from a distant land. And red skies means warning, sailor's warning. So a sailor's warning of warnings of things that are coming. And this great deception is what Jesus says, God will send a strange delusion while coming, and the people see the things in the sky. Jesus talk about how as the stars fall, as often it says stars fall, is when talks about it represents a lot of the angelic beings that come down to earth, and when Satan is cast down from heaven. And we see that we're in that kind of time of season that we are in. When Trump is talking about the nuclear option to do nuclear testing, the last time, it's been almost 33 years since the last testing of the nuclear option, nuclear war had been tested, and the rise of Russia and possibly the threat of nuclear attack, and then the peace treaty in Gaza in the first phase in strengthening Abraham Accords, when it says peace and safety, then sudden destruction come on this world. And we see the cutoff of SNAP benefits. Dusa, you go play in your room, okay? You got your room and living room. Or you can go outside and run laps around the house. Dusa, leave that alone. That's not yours. Okay? So, when you see these things, we see these things are happening all across the world with the mandating of digital IDs. I saw that Trump has just issued a digital tracker by 2026 to be able to control immigration and track immigration coming in and out of the country. So it's a mandated tracker. So by the end of next year, the mandated tracker be able to track flow of traffic anywhere in the country. And you think, well, that'd be a good thing. That'd be a good thing, be able to track and control, know everywhere the population is and who to track. And when you see this, in high, it may seem good in the short run. Development of AI technology, digital IDs, data centers, the promotion of cryptocurrency, getting away from the dollar and advancing toward a cryptocurrency and a digital age, and all these things that are going on, which is to reach to a golden age of society, which will lead to the Antichrist system. So we seeing these pieces being put in place right here, right now. And we're at a point in time where it's getting close to midnight. And the time is changing tonight. The time's changing tonight. The fall is ending. The fall season is ending and winter is coming. And about all the leaves are about falling off. So the fall is a little bit later this year. And the leaves are about to fall off. And it will be in a few weeks before all the leaves be off. And then it start getting cold weather again and the winter are coming. The same as the thing of Christ, when the coming of Christ comes. So these ones, when you see these things in this world are being set in place, all these things, your redemption draws nigh. The redemption draws nigh. That our time is here. We're almost here. The current crisis is almost near. We just look in what's happening in the world today. We're looking at everything that's happening today. Now I could tell you what could happen and might happen in the coming days. And this is a plan, and many have seen it. And if you want to look at certain videos back in other visions that God has shown in the past with in the future that might happen is, I remember thing goes. Well, so I'm going to get ready to go here. So, but know that our day is coming near, and we need to be ready and watchful because the day of the Lord is nearly upon us, and the day of Christ is almost here. So, if we know that winter is almost here, and the day of Christ is the coming of Christ, the rapture of the church, and before the great day of tribulation, and the day of the Lord is the beginning of the tribulation, we know that time is almost here, and we need to be watchful, ready. And one thing is for sure is you need to share the gospel, the good news of Christ. That now is the day of salvation. Now is the accepted time. Now we need to put forth the good news of Christ and can be bold for Christ because our time is almost out. We may only have a matter of days or hours or weeks before all these things take place. and we might not have the time. So is to be ready for him to come. The midnight hour is almost here, and the voice is being told, said, and the voice, we need to be a voice in the wilderness, because even though they might listen, they need to be warned of what is coming. And one thing that may happen, I'm going to tell you this, it might happen, and with many visions of what is about ready to happen, is there is, Trump has issued a state emergency, like to stand by for over 50 states in case of riots in each state. Over 23,500 troops, National Guard, all across the nation for riot control, because he's getting set and ready, because he issued that something major is about ready to happen, and that there is protesters. Remember back in 2020 when the George Floyd riots and many of the cities and rioters and burned down the cities and mass chaos during the summer of 2020? Well, the same thing may happen, and may continue to might happen, is in order to bring this country down. So this is the work of the devil. He'll pray against it, opportunity to reach out this time, that it may come against this, and it may not be this time, that God might tarry for a little bit longer so we can reach as many people for Christ right here and now. But if it does happen, and then this chaos within, many people will flee for their lives, cause the danger within these major metropolitan areas. And what we need to do is to reach out some of these families that are risking, just trying to find a place for safety, some food or whatever. They have to flee their home because they flee the danger. So church to be open to help, give them shelter or food or whatever you can to help these people in need. I mean, may not have much. We're all struggling. We're all struggling day-to-day basic things. But, I raised a garden, worked in a garden, so I worked a little hard and putting food away for my families, and then help those in need as well. So I worked hard and over the years, and grew my own garden and canned my own food, because I know the hard times are coming, and to help us through those hard times, and then help others in those hard times as well. But you see, even if the Lord come today, whatever food's left in my home, help those who are left behind, and they have a food source for them to go. Because once the church is gone, it'd be mass chaos. I mean, you won't be able to get food into the store, because the cost amount of chaos and transportation. There'll be massive wrecks and plane crashes and crashes on cargo ships, and the whole transportation system be completely crippled. And count millions or hundreds of millions, even as much as billions of people are gone during this time, and it would cause constant massive chaos during this time. And then the Antichrist will have to come in to bring in order, and then to bring the country, and to bring in to solve this issue. Then these outer world terrestrial beings come in, that we have the answers. These people are taken away, so we can bring this utopia, and we can be able to resolve all these issues that this world has, and resolve and bring peace to this world. So that is a great deception that's coming, that is not the God of this world, but which is the angelic beings, the gods that people worship. And that is the problem. So we see all these things are happening in this world. We see it's all calculated. Everything that's happening is all part of a bigger plan to bring in digital IDs, digital markers. Everything is being put in place for the future Antichrist system. And if they can tell what is being set up right now, we know the time of the Lord is near. So we need to continue to be a light in the gospel and good news of Christ, reaching out. If someone's hungry, feed him. Someone clothed, you clothe them. And we do whatever we can. It don't have to be much, but you do what God only expects, what you've been given. Like the parable of the sowers. So those have been given a portion, and what you've been given a portion you have, and reaching out and those in lost, and not only to feed them, to share the gospel, the good news, and bring them to the kingdom of God. So this is one of the messages to you. So watch, be ready. The day is coming that the Lord is coming soon. And it might not, it could be today, it could be tomorrow, it could be in the next few days. When we continue to tarry, continue to share the good news of Christ, continue to go forth and preach the gospel and good news, because that day is coming. And we continue to do that until he returns, because that day is almost upon us. The day is almost now. So I can't say it'd be today or tomorrow or next week, but if it was just in a few days or a few weeks or a few months or even a few years, we must be ready every day, continue to do his work until he comes back. So the day is coming. We need to continue forth, preach the gospel, share the good news that Jesus Christ is the Lord. He died on the cross, rose again on the third day, and that he is the way, the truth, and life. No one comes to the Father through him. That is the gospel message, that in him, in Jesus Christ, is our eternal salvation, and none other than the work, not our work, but his works through us. So God bless. I hope that you enjoy. And we are, if you ever seen the Hunger Games, and read the books and stuff like that, and he's seeing some of the implementations that even how the government they use people for their own purpose and their own purpose gain, and made a show of it. We're like the ants in the glass that's being shook up, and then the ones that are enemies is not it's the principalities, powers, darkness of this world. Satan is trying to turn us against each other, but our answer is in the hope in Jesus Christ and reaching out to others. So I'm going to get off here and get done, and I hope you enjoy this message, and I hope that you know that Jesus Christ is near. Be blessed, be encouraged. Our blessed hope is coming soon. But continue to do the good work of God. Continue to share the good news of God. Be a light in darkness, because we want to reach as many people to Christ as possible, because that day Lord is coming. And the day of Lord God's judgment on this world is coming soon. So beware. Give us strength to fight against the enemy that is coming. That we fight against the enemy. It may be strong, but in us, God, we are stronger. We put up full armor of God and fight against the evil in this world today. And we be strong, continue to work until say, well done, my good and faithful servant. When he calls us up, he calls the sheep home, and we continue to do work until that day. God bless and have a wonderful day, and continue to get work. Be a light in darkness, because that day is coming very, very soon.